up, guys? It's ANDERZEN back again. Today, just starting. This is probably like a week in advance of me doing this, but just got my polyurethane motor mounts for the C55 from a company called Creative Steel Inc. in Portland, Oregon, made in the US. So I just wanted to do a quick unboxing, and then this will be a part of the video once I actually get them installed. So here it is. Let me go ahead and flip the camera around. So here it is, like I was saying, Creative Steel Inc. That's the company I got them from, Portland, Oregon, pretty close to me. So it was cool to be able to buy something semi-local. You know, I always like to support local businesses and smaller shops, so these guys had a good reputation, and excited to try these out. So right here are the motor mounts, and let me cut these open. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so here they are. They look a lot different from factory mounts. They're just their own design. So basically, the black sections you see, that's the polyurethane, and these are fully rebuildable. They have kits, polyurethane kits, if I ever wanted to either rebuild or change to a higher durometer. These ones are the daily street use, and they are rated at 75A for sure hardness, which is, you know, it's appropriate daily street use. I think stock would be close to something like 60A on most rubber mounts. The Mercedes is, of course, hydraulic fluid. So, yeah, there you go. So M113, and it says M113K for these because the E55 and C55 share the same motor mounts, as well as pretty much every other M113 platform. And I'm not sure about, I think even C63 or CLK 63 Black Series and all that use the same mounts. The C63 uses different mounts. But yeah, these look super nice. Let me pop this tag off on top. Yeah, there's where your factory bolt on top would bolt into. That's the dowel pin to guide it into the motor. And then you have your bottom one where the 13mm bolt on the bottom goes. And they instruct right there, don't tighten it down past 25 foot-pounds. That's for the bottom bolt. I don't know what the factory spec is for the top bolt yet, but probably not too much, maybe like 50 Newton meters or so, maybe more. We'll see once I actually do it. But yeah. Alright, what's going on, you guys? So just doing a quick update video after the motor mount install. Wanted to wait till I had them for a few weeks to get a good feel for if they would settle in or if anything would change over time. So waited, and my impressions they're awesome. It's definitely better than stock. You can definitely tell there's not that weight transfer anymore. Because even with the stock mounts in good shape, they still, you know, they're going to wobble back and forth. They're designed to do so for the motor to make it, you know, cushion feel and comfort. But for this, I just think it's better to keep it stable for my driving style and for what I'm comfortable with. There's a slight vibration at the stock RPM for what it idles at in drive, which is 500 RPM. Like super slight vibration for that. As soon as it gets anywhere near 600, that vibration's gone, and you really don't notice any more vibration from the engine mounts after that in any RPM range. Shifting is definitely noticeable, just quicker, and just feels a little more solid. There's not really as much hesitation. although we know the 722.6 is known for being kind of a slush box and not knowing what to gear to be in all the time. But yeah, I think it helps that out. Yeah, I just think overall it runs smoother. It definitely feels smoother, especially at highway speeds. It just feels more crisp, and there's not that transfer. Like I said, there's just feels more crisp, solid, and I'm super happy with how they came out. I'll give you guys a quick startup, let you guys see what it looks like, or what it sounds like, what it feels like, if you can make any type of interpretation off of the camera, and then I'll let you guys see inside the hood. Alright, so go ahead and start it up for you guys, if you can see any type of difference or notice anything, but just for you guys to see. So this is the first start of the day. I haven't driven yet today. So upon startup, pretty normal. I haven't noticed anything much different. Still pretty much does the same thing. It's only, like I said, once it gets down to it's normal operating, and then you're in drive. Once I'm driving and press on the brake at a stoplight or whatever, you'll notice a slight vibration. I also have a modified transmission mount, so some of that vibration comes from that. Before I put that in, it was even less noticeable, and even with the polyurethane mount at idle, it's still not very noticeable. So we see here, you see I got a different style shift knob, changed to a Delrin ball knob. I kind of had to custom fab that. I basically used a tap and die to thread the stock shift lever, and then used the stock boot. I ended up getting a new bezel right before, just because these like to break with the stock boot pulling with the leather, and mine had cracked down here and I'd repaired it before, but I figured since I was gonna be doing this, I'd start new. So got a new one of these, did a tap and die job on this, and then found a ball that would match that. Used a little bit of thread tape just to give it a tighter fit, and it's on there super solid now. And the nice thing is, because that leather boot is no longer attached, it's not going to pull and get this to crack, hopefully ever again. I do plan on making some type of gated shifter like the CLK 63 DTM car has. I did find that piece that actually is used in that car, but it's quite expensive. It's like $200 for just that gated piece of plastic, so I'm probably going to make my own. I have a lot of 3D printing experience, and I could even just make a cardboard cutout and then cut one out of aluminum or something and shape it to it. So that's a possibility in future, but for now, this is doing the job and I don't mind it at all. So we're down to normal idle in park right now. Still not warmed up, but so I'll just put it in drive to see, you guys can see what the difference is. So it's still not warm right now, so it stays at about 600. Once it gets warm, it goes down to 500. So if you guys can hear, there's like a tiny bit of vibration, really not a lot. In my opinion, it definitely equals out for the performance levels that it can do now, just keeping the motor a lot more solid. So I don't mind trading that out for a little bit of vibration at idle. Yeah, it's worth it to me. So that's a personal decision for you guys, but for me, really happy with it. So I'll go ahead, pop the motor for you guys. You guys can take a look at how it idles inside the engine bay. I don't know if you can hear me, but this is the only part that had any type of vibration before. And I put a little bit of silicone bead right here just to stop
still does a little bit, but not as bad as before. But the motor seems happier with these mounts. So trying to see down there.